So there's a whole subset of people that I meet with who, in some ways, have seen that they're not their story, and they've seen through a lot of separation, but they come to me and they're not really sure why it feels like, it's like this feeling of not quite being there yet. Or it might show up as some sort of suffering that's rather vague, and they can't quite put their finger on it, but as we talk, we find out that it's body identification. It just means identifying with the body, believing that the self as an object is embedded in the body, not seeing that that's a belief. So I take them through the unfindable object inquiry. The same rules apply. You can either go look for the self and just go through each of the sensations, thoughts, and emotions that make up the body, or you can actually look for the body. And I think that's what we're going to do here, is just that the object that we're going to look for is the body, because the body is like something that feels like it exists in a very physical, visceral way as a separate, concrete thing. This is not to get rid of the body, it's just to see through it. The body still appears, just like everything appears, even when you see through the separation. But things appear more transparent, emptier, lighter, you could say. So we're going to try to find the body. So you start with the word body, B-O-D-Y. Keep it simple, B-O-D-Y, 4 letters. Are those words it? Usually people say, of course not, that's just the word. It seems to be pointing to the real body. And then I say, that's what we're trying to find, the real body. So let's just play with that a little bit. Let's go with the thought, those words are pointing to the real body. Look at that thought. Those words are pointing to the real body. Are those words it? No, that's just another set of words. It's another thought. So that's not the body. So then relax that. So let's look then. Sometimes it's good. Start with just your eyes open and look at the colors. Like maybe you've got black pants on and a red shirt, and then look at the color of your skin. Just look at color itself. And how when you scan, the color changes from where the pants are to the shirt to the skin. Without any thoughts, you're just looking directly at color. Are the colors the body? The colors are not the body. It's just color. It's just perception, vision. One thing you can do is just look and scan and see that the word body is nowhere painted on what you're calling the body. It's not like the word body is painted there on your hip. So the word body is like a thought that comes up that you're thinking while you scan. So relax the thought body and realize that when you're scanning, without the thought of what this is, you don't know what it is. Now go, close your eyes, and notice that when you pull up a body part through memory, through the picture, these are all pictures usually here, pull up the picture of your feet in your mind's eye. You can see when you pull up the picture, there's a few things going on. There's the picture of your feet, the literal mental image. That's one arising. And then there's the word feet, or my feet, those are words. So there's pictures and words. And then there might be some sensations down there where the feet are. So let's go through each one of them and say, is the picture of your feet, just the picture by itself, is that the feet? Excuse me, is that the body? You can see it's just a picture, it's a mental image, so you kind of let it relax. And then look at the words, my feet. You see those 2 words? Are those 2 words the feet? No, they're just words, so you relax that. So now you get to what's more raw, you could say, which is just the sensation down there. Now, you're not emphasizing the picture of your feet in your mind's eye. You're letting that relax. And you're not emphasizing the thought, my feet. You're just experiencing the sensation by itself. without pictures and words. It's almost like your feet disappear there. As the image of your feet disappear, it's like your feet disappear and all there's left is sort of a sensation that doesn't have a shape or a form to it. Is that sensation? First of all, is the word sensation, S-E-N-S-A-T-I-O-N, is that word the body? No, it's just a word. What about the awareness of that sensation? Is that the body? It's actually just raw sensation. The rule again is that when a sensation or something in the body feels like a real object, it just means there's some thought, some word or picture that's coming up with it. So maybe the picture of your feet reappeared, that mental image reappeared, and you just ask, is that mental image of my feet, is that the body? No, it's another mental image. My body feels like something more concrete, more inherent. And now you're left again with just the sensation. Is that the body? No, it's just sensation, appearing to awareness. You can do that with each body part. Go through it with each body part and see that you can't find the body. You just find this group of thoughts and sensations, or words, pictures and sensations. And you go through each one of them and you can't find a body. And the body starts to, each part of the body starts to feel more and more transparent as you go through, and you can't find the body in any of the parts. Just look at it thoroughly, and in the middle of doing all these inquiries, just relax in the middle of it without thoughts, without words and pictures. Do it with all the inquiries. The more you relax without words and pictures, there's more like the experience of openness, because the images, the words and the pictures that give you a sense of physical separation get to relax, and you're just experiencing a sort of formless, relax, openness, without boundaries. No boundaries. If you have a boundary, it just means another image appeared. But going back to the body, notice that when you're thinking of your head, when you have an image of your head, you forget that you have knees, because the picture of the knees is not appearing. But now look at the picture of your knees. Look at that appearing in your mind's eye. When you do that, notice that you forgot you had a right arm. Because objects appear by way of thoughts, so you only know you have a shoulder when you're thinking the thought shoulder. And when you're thinking the thought shoulder, you forgot you had a hip. You see, because the image of the hip is not there. So as you look at each body part and watch the other parts of the body disappear, you move to the right hand and you can't see the left hand. Move to the feet and you can't see the chest. Move to the picture of the shoulders and you forgot you had legs. Move to the picture of the head and you forgot you had a left hand or a right foot. So all these pictures of these body parts are just appearing one by one, and the rest of the body is gone. So that helps to see through the solidity of the body, so it's more and more transparent. And again, you can just rest every now and then without any of these pictures of the body parts, experiencing that no boundary awareness. And if a picture of a body part comes up or a story, just notice it and let it pass. So now there can even be a felt sense, though, that there's still this inherent body, and that's me. But you can see that none of the things we've gone through have the word me attached to them. There's no story of who you are attached to the picture of your feet. There's not even a name attached to any of these images. There's no name attached to the image of a shoulder. It's just a mental image. There's no name or identification or story attached to the sensation of growling in the stomach. It's just energetic sense of growling. So that helps to see that there's no self in the body. But still there can be, because as like a force of habit, remember when you were a kid, you didn't just learn that you are Joe and that set of memories is you, but or that these feelings are you. You learned that this physical body is a separate body. And by force of habit, by repeating that thought and that image, if you close your eyes, you can see you created a mental outline around your body that gives you a sense of being, that the body's like a container and that you are inside that. Okay? So that's the assumption. But I want you to look at that mental image. Look at the outline of the head and follow the outline all the way down on one side of the neck to the shoulders and see that it's a line, it's an image that's appearing to awareness. Go all the way down to the feet and then all the way up the other side of the body, and notice that the entire image of the body is something that you're looking at. It's like an image appearing to whatever you are, and you're looking at the whole image. Now see the whole outline of the body. Is the outline of that body, is that the body? The tendency at first may be to say yes, because there's some sensations that seem to go with that. Like say that there's a feeling of contraction in the stomach or something. But notice that the image of the body, the mental image, and the sensation of contraction are like two different arisings. They have different quality. One is a mental image, the body image, and the other one is like an energetic sensation. And notice that in order to feel like this is really your body, you have to kind of weld the two together to make it feel that way. But once you start looking at them individually and you see the sensation of contraction by itself is just a sensation happening in space. And the image of the body itself is just an image by itself. So which one is the body? Is it that sensation in the stomach, or is it the body image? And that forces you to look at your experience even more deeply, because you're tweaking apart. Remember, objects happen because things feel welded together. Thoughts, feelings, and sensations feel welded together. So the sensations in the body feel welded together with the image of the body. But as you look just at the image by itself, that outline, and you ask yourself, is that outline by itself, is that the body? You can see it's not, it's just a memory. It's an imprint. Look right at the body image to where it begins to melt a little bit or just relax into the space of awareness. And when it begins to relax, it's like now you can't find the container so much. There might still be sensations here and there, but the boundary, once you've seen that it's just a mental image and it starts to relax, that boundary, you can't find it anymore. Now notice that the mind may make a new boundary, like which is the mental image of the room you're in or something, or the town you're in, or the earth. But notice these are all mental images that come and go. They're each just images, and as they come and go, just let them relax. So what you are is not any of these images. You're not a body, ultimately. That's just a set of thoughts and sensations and emotions coming and going. So then you ask yourself at the end, where's the body? And you might say, well, it's right here. And it's just an assumption. Go through it again and see that you can't find it. And then when you can't find it, the point is not to just dismiss your body and then start eating nothing but ice cream. Stop working out, stop eating right. As I hear people say that, if I don't have a body, why care? The point is just to, the body still appears, it's just to see the transparency of it, see the emptiness of it, so that whatever identification felt embedded into it, all the stories of like, I've been suffering in this way, I've had pain for this long, and this is my body, and I feel heavy, that starts to relax more and more. You can still easily eat well, or take your supplements, or work out, or whatever. It has nothing to do with any of that. It's just about no longer identifying with that body.